All right, if you like the idea of sub-MOA 45 caliber groups at 100 yards, but you're not trying to sport an AEA, what we're looking at today is the Airgun Technology NETVOR, which is a 4.57, or more accurately, .458 caliber, big bore, precision shooting PCP airgun. It's as high end as they come. We're going to be slinging some Zon slugs today, some giant 4.57 caliber, or 11.5 millimeter, 380 grain, hollow point boat tail slugs from Zon projectiles. I just watched a video where Up North Airgunner and the guys from Utah Airguns, as well as 68 Whiskey, they were slinging these Zon slugs in 3.57, I believe one of them had, at 650 yards and hitting still. Nobody missed the entire time. So they say there's nothing like these Zon slugs. So this is a gun I've been looking forward to shooting. We're about to shoot, as I said, as high end as it gets, a high end 4.57 caliber PCP rifle from Airgun Technology. I'll give you all the hardcore stats, facts, and figures momentarily. But first, let's do some shooting. This Airgun Technology NETVOR was sent out here from Tony at Talon Tunes. There'll be a link in the description. Talon Tunes sells only the best. So if you haven't seen their website yet, you definitely want to go check it out. All right, you guys, I got everything that we are going to need. We got Sasquatch trying to hide, some little steel, some big steel, and right here we're going to go ahead and sight in at whatever distance this is. This right here is a standard, I guess that's a 2x12, but it's a 2x. We're going to punch through that like butter. Got the GoPro back here. It's going to see the carnage from the back end. And just to show you guys, I'm shooting right in line with my backstop. What's up, Dragon? So this thing is 2 rows of trees. There's 2 big trees and then 2 rows right there. So nothing's getting through this. And it's about 8 feet tall. This guy got shot with the Ed gun. We shot his whole face off and he never did get his face repainted. Gotta take care of that soon. All right, I have the beautiful NETVOR right here. And I got the Donnie FL on it. But what I really want to do is shoot it with this muzzle brake. So, according to my gauge, I'm at 300 bar. That's 350 at the end right there. So look at these Zon projectiles. Just to give you an idea how big they are. These boat tail slugs that I'm going to be shooting today, they are bigger than a quarter, as you can see. And they're hollow point. All right, I'm about to take my first shots ever with the NETVOR, and we're at a very special 40 yards away. Going for 35, but I nailed it at 40. The crosshairs on my scope were pointed way to one side and way too high. So it took me quite a few shots to get on the paper. So we're going to skip all that, and I'm just going to start when I finally got sighted in. You guys, that last shot was 759 feet per second. So this is literally shooting like the exact same FPS within 1 FPS on every shot. All right, let's see where we hit. Pretty close. Same hole. Now, of course, we got to do a group. Make a 3-shot group. Same hole. I stacked it on top of the other one. Holy crap. 761. All right, let's adjust over and go to another bullseye. Guess we're ready to rock. Let's see if it goes in. Yep. We're sighted in. 760. Okay, let's go for this guy. 760 duplicate. A little bit hurried on that one. 762. 759. Boy, you know, if I hit that thing one more time, there ain't gonna be no bullseye left. All right, we're just gonna call that good, even though it's only 4. That was 756, and I am just above 200 bar. I'd say like 205 bar. All right, and so yeah, we're sighted in as far as I'm concerned. Hit this big guy. I am a little wobbly today. That was 749, so 735. So I think we're off the regulator. Still hitting my bullseye though at 40 yards. 720. I am starting to screw this up because I'm kind of psyched out on that bullseye. It's kind of hard to see, not like my other guy was. Do one more. That's 710. Same hole in it. Oh, this is gonna be fun to hit those. All right, let me fill up and we'll hit those guys right there and there and there and there. Those 380 grain Zon boattail slugs definitely punch through this 2x4 with no problem. Later on in this video, I'll shoot some cinder blocks at a distance so we can see the true power of the 4.57. All right, I'm not sure what this is gonna do. Yeah. Wow, look at that, nailed it perfectly. All right, see if we hit at the bottom, if it'll do what it's supposed to. Almost. A little bit too much power, maybe. We'll have to put this out at like 100 yards. Freaking direct hit right there, buddy. Check this out, you guys, direct hits. Every time. I'm about to totally mess up some steel targets with some precision 4.57 hits. But first, here's a quick look at that trigger. Woo, boy, that is freaking hella light. I wasn't expecting that. As well as a demonstration of how to load the Airgun Technology NETVOR. I accidentally chambered around, and so I went into the shooting range in my basement. I had to empty that thing because there's no way I would ever leave this gun loaded when I wasn't about to shoot it. Way too powerful, way too light of a trigger. 1.3 ounces, you guys. Talking, that's a hair trigger right there. Be very careful with this gun. Okay, I really like this loading system, so let me show it to you. This right here is spring loaded. So you got to pull your bolt back. And then when it's completely back, going like this, it's going to pop it out like that. It's designed to stay in there though, so you just pop it out like this. Take your projectile, and these Zons just load right in there. It's not, well, it's a snug fit, but it's not tight at all. Close that, close your bolt, and you're ready to go. If I push on this, it's not coming out, but if I were to reach in there again and push up that little lever, then your magazine will come completely out. But it's designed to just leave it in there. All right, we're 40 yards out. We don't have any hat-wearing subjects today, but we do have some bad guys that are trying to hide. Let's take out Mr. Groundhog first. Oh, he's right by my camera. You guys see how close that was in my camera? I'd shoot right over and hit that guy in the head right there, but I'm not going to. We're gonna have to do this again. Sasquatch trying to hide. Flipped him a few times. Even Sasquatch's tiny little head, we nailed it. All right, and I do want to hit this rat. He's actually has a bullet stuck in, like a high power rifle round stuck in the bottom, so he doesn't actually tip over, but let's just see what a 45 does. May tip him like halfway over. Oh, we almost got him down. Check out Sasquatch. I just gave him a headshot from 40 yards away. It turns out my target cam wasn't rolling that whole time, so now we're going to do it again. All right, I think my target cam's recording this time. Knocked that guy back like 40 yards. Way back here though in the street, we got the gopher. Bam. All right, headshot on a crow. All right, I am gonna actually hit these guys down. I don't want to knock everyone over with the Sasquatch hit. Well, you know, I'll just go pick them back up if that happens. I have no idea where that went. All right, let's see if I can knock this guy down without doing the whole rest of the rack. Put it right on top of the last one. Damn it. Hit this rat one more time. Oh man, we knocked him down. He was stuck up too. Ouch. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this guy's head. It got all bent. Oh my gosh, poor crow. Luckily I can fix anything metal, but that's crazy. It was definitely straight a few minutes ago. Bam. And I do not know. Oh, there's the, on the other side of the street, here's the crow. And he got 2 headshots. So that was one. And that was the other, both the same place. Yikes. 40 yards out. Don't miss crow's heads. We don't miss heads at that distance. All right, this bad boy comes in 4.57 only. It's a single shot. And it'll come with a walnut or synthetic stock. You'll save $50 if you get the synthetic. But as you can see, the walnut is beautiful. This operates off a full 300 bar or 4,500 PSI. It's got an awesome carbon fiber 580cc air tank. Technically, the barrel is a .458 or 11.63 millimeters, and the twist rate is 1/20. It's got a barrel length of 33.5 inches and an overall length of just 41 inches. The NETVOR in walnut weighs 4.7 kilograms or 10.3 pounds. It's so well balanced though. With my Donnie FL and my Helix on there, I can hold it perfectly still. So excellent balance on this bad boy. I'm throwing that in there. They don't say that in the stats. This has a Lothar Walther 850 millimeter barrel. It also has a power plenum that is 128 cc's. Biathlon style side lever. With 340 grain, we're going to be putting out 447 foot-pounds. So that translates to shooting those things around 770 feet per second. Using the bigger 500 grain ammo, we're going to be putting out 525 foot-pounds of energy. Going just under 700 feet per second on those. Of course, you guys, this has a regulator, so you're going to get the same velocity whether the tank is empty or full, as long as you're above the regulator pressure. It says it has their latest version pressure regulator, which their old ones were awesome, so I can't even imagine how good this one's going to be. The whole thing's made of a one-piece monoblock. Adjustable butt pad goes up and down. You have a nice long weaver rail on the underside of the stock for your bipod or foregrip. And within that rail, if you look closely, it'll say air out, and that's where you can degas your gun if you need to. It's got a manual safety, built right into the trigger guard. The top Picatinny rail is sloped with a 20 MOA decline for long range shooting. It has the M18 by 1 threads on the end of the muzzle, so you're able to add a sound moderator. I use my Donnie FL Emperor in 4.57. And one more time, it's got a 130cc power plenum. So that's basically, the air goes through the regulator, and then it goes into a plenum, which is basically a waiting room for the air. And when you pull that trigger, it dumps it where it needs to go. And it's just a way of getting more accurate shots, basically. So that's pretty much all there is to know. It's called the NETVOR. It's available only at Talon Tunes. There will be a link in the description. And meow. Let's get back to the shooting. Here's a look at the trigger. It's got some little grippage on there. It's your safety right there. Woo, boy, that is freaking hella light. I wasn't expecting that. Hold on. First, whoa. Thing is freaking super sensitive. Hold on, one more. Gotta go put an LDC on this. So, first stage and then barely touch that sucker. Holy crap, you guys. Freaking awesome. So I actually had 2 different neighbors complain when I was shooting the 4.57 in my yard. It was just too loud. The cops showed up. They were totally cool. They loved the NETVOR. Super impressed. So I didn't get in trouble or anything like that. So that's why for this last segment, we're on location in the beautiful National Forest. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but this is about 12 minutes from my house. All right, you guys, I came all the way up into the woods and I managed to find a nice shady spot where the sun wouldn't get me while I'm setting up. So I knew I was gonna forget something. I forgot my little pad that I sit on, and I forgot my scope cam, but we're still gonna do this. So we're set up at a very special 57 yards away and 74 yards away, as far as I could get. All right, shot one. Let's see where we're gonna hit. Our 60-yard target was set up against an old tire, and my camera was stuck on manual focus. I couldn't tell it was out of focus from the screen being so small on my camera, and also being in the bright sunlight. So I'm actually gonna do this again, but here's the first group I shot, first group of the day. We're shooting the 90 grains on. So that's before and after. It's definitely one of mine. We're shooting a 380 grain 4.57 Zon slugs, which is a beautiful and very giant bullet. I'll tell you that. But you'll be able to see just fine. But yeah, this NETVOR is amazing. It's a precision shooting 4.57. And this thing is never gonna miss. Set it in for 35, so. I simply adjusted my crosshairs down to that hole and shot this awesome group on the first try. Punching out the bullseye 60 yards away. I just same hold it. And that was me. Wow, that was freaking awesome, dude. All right, let's do some 75-yard haulers. I'm all warmed up. Damn, you guys, if I would have took my time, I could have got that fourth shot through there, and that would have been 5 shots through 2 holes. I could literally, this is 60 yards away, I could shoot the cap off the soda bottle. All right, 2 liter. I could literally shoot the cap off that thing, but I'm gonna nail him center mass. That's awesome because my target's not even dirty, because I think I want to do that again. All right, that took me from 300 bar to 200 bar. Those 6 shots. Let's do it again. So there was my first group, and if I hadn't pulled that last one, which, you know, I always get really nervous on the 5th one when I'm shooting a group like this, boy, we would have got 5 through 2 holes. So this one's not quite as impressive, but still pretty darn good, you guys, for a 45 caliber, 60 yards. Keep in mind also, you guys, that although sometimes I do shoot perfect groups in these videos, I'm not a perfect shooter. So I'm just showing you what happened on the first take right here. Obviously, if I would have tried this over and over, I could have perfectly punched out the bullseye. Just know though, you guys, this gun shoots like a laser with those Zon slugs. But I can see pretty good though on 12 power. I wonder if I should bump it up though. All right, I'm up on 16 power. Here we go. And there's a look at that muzzle blast. That's what your muzzle brake is doing, is keeping your barrel from whipping up or down. That thing had some hang time. Bam, okay, I can be relaxed and shoot this. I'm just gonna like believe in myself. We'll see what happens. You know what, for 75 yards, that's good enough for me. To say you can hit the kill zone would be an understatement. That's a 1-inch bullseye right there. Pretty good for my first try. All right, meow, we're at 60 yards again. And the last thing we're going to do is a cinder block power test. So I actually found this tannerite on the ground among the shot shells up there at the shooting spot. I taped it on the cinder block and obviously stacked a slug right on top of it. We got a good explosion. And here's what it did to that cinder block. Pretty awesome. I didn't even know if that was tannerite. I guess it was. That was so cool. All right, let's go see what happened here. Boy, I need to look for more bags of tannerite on the ground. Better than a Firebird, I'll say. About the same, maybe. That cinder block, boy, didn't stand a chance. Look at the burnt remains of this guy. Look at this, you guys. Direct hit. So cool. Now, where the heck is our 2-liter? Oh, here it is. Hey, buddy. You okay, right? Now, I know you guys want to see what it'll do to a real cinder block, so set this baby up there and we'll shoot it. I'm just going to nail it right in the middle of the cavity. Wow, you guys, that punched straight through. That was so freaking awesome. That is so cool. All right, you guys, he's still standing. We better just go check it out, though, to see what it did to the backside. You know, you guys, we really got to just, every big bore we get, we're going to have to do the 60-yard cinder block test. So, first one up here, up top. Looks like it cracked him. There you go. So, yeah, we gave him a crack right there. And straight through. This one was straight through. And same deal. Cracked it. Wow, look at that. Cracked it on the inside right there. And straight through. So, all right, let's finish this guy off. All right, I'm going to see if I can shoot through that hole. Actually, I'm going to shoot a little bit above it and get a little better effect. Taking it down. That was amazing. Watch, I'm gonna hit a piece that's like maybe a couple inches across. This is like something I would shoot my 22 caliber at. Oh man, that was rad. All right, time to go home and edit this video. Here's a quarter right here. This is an interesting one. I don't know if it just got ran over a bunch of times or it just skidded across the concrete, but I found this one out there. Here's one that I think, I don't know what, it just went through some wood or something, but it's flat on one side too. Weird stuff. Here's a straightforward slam through probably, looks like it maybe a cinder block or something. This is an interesting one. Look at this. And this is a piece that shard off from hitting steel. I got quite a few of those. This right here has to be my favorite one though, because every single piece of the slug, like if I weighed these two right here, they would weigh exactly the same. So I must have bounced this off the edge of some steel. I don't know how it got like that, but this thing weighs as much as a full-size one right here. All right, everybody, if you want to grab one of these, just hit up Talon Tunes. There'll be a link in the description. You can also call or text Tony anytime. Talon Tunes is awesome because anytime you call, you're talking to the owner. All right, everybody, till next week, happy shooting. I'll see you on the next one.